It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. You know, life is about stupid little things. You know, it's not always about politics or, you know, I don't know, getting old or getting married or religion or whatever. It's about stupid things in life. And I just had one with Stefouche. Stefouche just sent me a picture, or showed me a picture, and him and his dad are big fans. Is it okay to talk about it on the air?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're big fans of this nudie bar. Is that right?
Yes.
No. Big fans of Chipotle. And
Yep.
and your dad was, you know, for years has been saying, I hope a Chipotle opens up near us. You would have to go to Manhattan Beach to get to one, which is in the summer, that's a pain in the ass to get to. Everyone goes to Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, it's not like super far, but you know, it's like a 15-minute drive or so. Yeah.
And there's traffic always.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now there's a Chipotle opening up right down the street from you?
Just like 5 minutes away.
No way.
Yep.
See and your dad took a picture and sent it to you.
Yeah.
That's classic.
With the caption, "My wish came true."
Buddy, I had a similar thing happen to me when I was a kid. You know, we always were wishing for an In-N-Out to get closer. You know, we always had to travel a long way to get to In-N-Out. And then one opened in Woodland Hills, which is only about maybe 4 miles from where we used to live. And man, that was a big deal. You know, when something you really like comes to your neighborhood. I remember when Pup and Taco came to our neighborhood on Reseda and Ventura. And that was a huge deal, too. And also Builder's Emporium when I was a kid. And so, those little things in life are great. I mean, you and your dad bond over stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was the same way with my dad, you know. Like, that we had another cake place that opened up in Encino. It was called, is it Hanson's? What was the ice cream cakes? Hanson? Carvel's. Yeah, Carvel's.
Cookie Puss.
Yeah, it was a
Cookie Puss.
Yeah, right, exactly. It was Carvel's, and it opened on Zelza and Ventura. And we couldn't believe there was a Carvel's opening. I thought, the closest one was in New Jersey. And bang, we had one in our neighborhood, and there was a line out the door for that. Every kid in that era got an ice cream cake from Carvel's. You go in there and get a cone, a pre-made cone. It was fantastic.
Yeah, living in Maryland, D.C., there were always Carvel's around.
Yeah, and but every town had their own bakery or their own ice cream.
Sure,
I remember in Cleveland, it was Huff's Bakery. If you're from Cleveland, you know Huff's Bakery, and they eventually closed down, but it was the greatest bakery in the world.
Jen always talks about when she was growing up, like her first job was at Swenson's.
Oh, yeah, Swenson's in L.A. Yeah, there's one in Encino on Libet, Ventura, and near Balboa. Yeah, Swenson's.
Yeah.
It was jammed every Friday and Saturday night. When I went to Swenson's on a Friday night, it was right near Dupar's and then Copper Kettle there. Between Havenhurst and Balboa on Ventura on the south side of the street. But every time I went to Swenson's, I ran into 10 or 15 people I knew from school. Everybody from Birmingham or Portola, we all went to Swenson's. And you didn't really go for the ice cream anymore. You just went to, socialize with the idiot friends you had there. And I never went there where there wasn't 3 or 4 people I knew. I would go with my dad now, and my dad's like, God, how do you guys all know each other? I'm like, well, I go to school with these idiots.
And that's funny that we're talking about this because I noticed the same thing happening with Handel's ice cream.
You're exactly right.
Because the only one that I know that existed was where I used to live in Torrance. And like you said, there'd be just a bunch of, because I was already older at that point, but there was a bunch of high school kids all just hanging out, catching up, messing with each other. And now they opened one up in Manhattan Beach Mall. And now there's one over here at the Vons in Burbank.
We go there all the time.
Yeah. See, there you go.
And it's simple. You don't go in there and sit down and eat. You take the ice cream and you go.
The Swenson's, it was apparently bought out by a group that made it into Thailand's largest premium ice cream brand.
Really?
It's like the biggest ice cream in Thailand, apparently.
Wow. Well, when I was growing up, or when my dad was growing up in Cleveland, we spent every summer there, and we spent June, July, and August there every summer. And we had a Huff's Bakery in town, And again, it was the best bakery in the world. The chocolate chip cookies, I still remember my grandmother and my grandfather bringing them out from Cleveland. They bring like 3 dozen cookies with them on a plane. I guess that's back when you could do that. And they would treat them like gold. You know, like, oh my God, Huff's Bakery chocolate chip cookies. God almighty, the best things in the world. And then they closed down. I think Nabisco bought them and shut them all down. You know, it's one of those disgusting moves.
Did you have a Charles Chip where you were at?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but we had
delivery trucks?
In the trucks, yeah, and with the big gate that opened in the back.
And the big tins?
Yeah, that's right.
That you get like the popcorn in now?
And the Swansons, man. You know, with he would drop off like pork chops and hamburg and all that stuff. I remember looking at a Swanson's truck, and they spelled Hamburg HAMBURG on the side of the truck. I'm like, oh, that's Midwestern, man.
It's like Popeye days.
Yeah, that's a Midwestern move. I remember an embarrassing thing happening with the Swenson's guy, though, that I don't want to tell you, but we have 3 hours or 4 hours to fill every night. So my wife lives in Oregon, or is from Oregon. And so we'd go up there every summer for a couple weeks and then every winter for Christmas. And we were up there one summer, and the Swansons or Swensons, I think it's Swansons, the truck
Oh, yeah.
would come by with a big door, and they would sell, pork chops and, produce and meat and stuff like that. And Schwann's truck. That's what it is. Right. Yeah. Schwann's truck. That's exactly what it is. And I remember standing right next to the Schwann's guy, and he's like, oh, here's what I got today. I got pork chops. We got some lamb. I got some beef. And I thought I was just going to have a silent fart.
SBD.
Yeah. It was a showstopper.
Everything ceased.
It sounded like one of these horns from a freighter on the river. Bang! Yeah, and he looked at, and him and my wife and the Schwann's guy both stared at me. Like, God Almighty, what's going on with you?
Those are gone, by the way.
No, sometimes I still get them.
The Schwann's, the frozen food trucks.
They're gone?
Yeah, they rebranded as Yellow with an H instead of a W at the end in 2022, only a few years ago.
Right.
But then they ceased all operations and finalized their last permanent deliveries November 8th, 2024.
Wow, that was a good memory growing up, Oh, and that truck would come by. That big-ass door in the back would open up. He had everything. Everything, soup and vegetables and gravy and all kinds of crap he sold. It was top end, man. It was terrific. This might not have anything to do with this topic, but if you see the North Star tonight, if you go out and you look at the North Star and you see the light coming from the North Star, that light left there in about 1495, and we're just seeing it now. That's how far it's traveled. And light will travel forever. Even when that North Star goes out, that light will continue to travel to us for another 600 years. And we'll be able to see that light for 600 years after that star burns out. So light continues forever. It will go on for infinity. Do farts do the same thing? Like, I know
what do they say? All energy is never lost. It's only transferred.
Right. But I know it dissipates, where it's not as crazy as it once, as it was when it came out of the business end. But I think those little tiny particles will always be fart particles for the rest of history. You might be able to smell like an 1840s fart every once in a while if the guy really, had it going on. All right. What was that? Yeah, this used to be the Rush Limbaugh station. Yeah.
Dr. Laura.
Yeah, Dr. Laura was here too. Sorry. I know. Hey, look, they signed me, It's on them. And it's not on me. They knew the act before they signed me. All right. Let's take a break here, shall we? And by the way, Crozier, I got to congratulate you and Stefouge and Angel and Bellio, because the ratings came out, and we did okay in the ratings, but with time spent listening, we were number one.
Hey.
We had 2 hours, an hour and a half a day, and 2 hours weekly. There was no radio station in Los Angeles between 6 and 10 p.m. that people listened to more frequently than this show. So congratulations to Crozier, Stefouche, Angel, and Bellio. You guys knocked it out. We are dominating in time spent listening. So thank you to the listeners. You have made us number one with time spent listening. And that's a big deal to the advertisers and to KFI management. How long people stay with the station is a major, major deal.
We're all just following your lead.
No, buddy.
We couldn't have done it without you, Timmy.
Well,
Really.
obviously.
I mean,
no
without
kidding.
you.
Attaboy for you.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Right. I mean, look, that's like saying, gravity still exists. But
On the heels of fart talk.
yeah, exactly. But number one in time spent listening, Crozier, you're an old radio guy. You're, an old radio dog. You know that time spent listening is a big deal for management.
It's half of what makes up a rating.
Yeah, I think you're right. And we get 2 hours, an hour and a half a day, and 2 hours weekly. That all the other stations are way below that. Yeah. And so thank you to the listeners of this station and this show. 6 to 10 p.m., this show has the biggest time spent listening than any other show on radio. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You picked us, and we can't tell you how grateful we are that you hung with us.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
You know what? Restaurants have had a tough go of it since COVID. It's very hard to have a brick and mortar restaurant. There's a million things you got to worry about. You've got everything that comes along with it: insurance, supplies, decent food, advertising, people suing you, people quitting, people stealing from you. There's a million ways it can go sideways, and only like 2 or 3 ways it can go right. But so restaurants are going back to the 1970s and trying to get people back with the retro craze. I know Pizza Hut is doing that. Pizza Hut is closing down a bunch of stores, but they're building new ones where you can go in and eat in the restaurant, like the old Pizza Huts that we remember from the 1970s. And a lot of restaurants are following suit. They want to make it more like an experience as opposed to just going in, eating, and splitting.
At a time when the world seems to be spinning fast toward the future,
we found a Pizza Hut here in Donaldson with a Pizza Hut buffet.
Pizza Hut is dishing up a slice of the past.
They make you feel like a kid again.
Pizza Hut classics are making a return.
That's great. Come on with this Pizza Hut.
One franchise owner is reportedly converting 38 locations, bringing them back to the family restaurant that 90s lovers remember. From the salad bar to the red checkered tablecloths, matching Tiffany-style lights, even those ruby red cups. People are flocking to get a serving of nostalgia.
Oh, this is great.
Some of our classic restaurants are among our best performers.
Pizza Hut CEO Aaron Powell says the company plans to ride the trend and bring back other popular favorites.
I was a child of the 90s, okay? Book It hated to see me coming.
Like the beloved...
Wait, who hated to see it?
Book It hated to see me coming.
I don't know what Book It is.
It was, she's going to explain it.
Okay. All right.
Like the beloved Book It summer program. Kids can set reading goals to earn a free personal pie. The Hut's also revamping its famous pan pizza.
So what can customers expect moving forward?
Customers can expect from us a real focus on the experience. So partnering with franchisees, having different types of restaurant formats, embracing our icons and making sure that we have great overall experiences.
Yeah, that personal pan pizza is still a sweet deal. I think it's like $5 or $6. And it's enough, it can get you by if you're not, going for it in life.
The popular chain is just the most recent in a long list of other brands cooking up nostalgia in the kitchen. Last year, Taco Bell launched a decades Y2K menu featuring iconic menu items. Burger King leaning into its history.
There was a time when Burger King was king.
And to mark 80...
Yeah, the Burger King is still huge up in Oregon and Washington. They're everywhere. Like every, 3 or 4 blocks, there's another Burger King. They love that Burger King up there. I love going up to see Oregon's beautiful state. Washington's beautiful as well. But man, oh man, I can't eat a pizza up there at all. I don't know what they've done with pizza up there, but it is all hell. It is the worst. And everybody up there loves it. And I'm like, oh my God, it tastes like leather. I don't know what happened up there. What happened to people up there in Oregon and Washington? Great people, great scenery, great everything. Great schools, great air, great families, great outdoor living, but the pizzas, oof.
And to mark 80 years in the business, Chick-fil-A launched its Nostalgia campaign featuring retro packaging and highlighting timeless favorites all year. Right now, customers are facing immense price pressures. A recent report finding 2/3 of consumers have shaky personal finances. But data shows that nostalgia-driven marketing can boost purchase intent by as much as 50%.
Wow.
A marketing strategy that experts say is working.
You have to get people excited about coming back in.
That's right. That's right. That's why people go to In-N-Out. They're excited to go to In-N-Out, and they'll wait in their car. I went to In-N-Out today, and there were probably 35 cars in front of me, and I gladly sat there and waited. And something happened to me today. It never happened to me before at In-N-Out, where a guy came and cut me off in line. There's like 10 cars behind me, cut me off and got in front of me in line. Now, you might ask yourself, well, what did you do about it, Tim? What did you do? I said, okay, I was with my daughter, so I did nothing. I pointed out that he did something wrong, and I did nothing because I was with my daughter, and I didn't want to go out that way. You know, guy's got it. You know, he's at the end of his rope. He's had a bad relationship with his wife. He's going through a breakup, and he's got a gun, and bang, that's it. And I go out that way. And it probably cost me about 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds of time for him to get his meal and move on. But, man, when you're with your kids, that's the move. Nothing. Don't start with these people.
People excited about coming back in. And this is one way to do it.
I have good news. I did not come empty-handed. Pizza Hut brought us the new crispy parm pan pizza to try out here because
I got to try that.
Sounds
Steffu,
so good.
have you tried it?
No.
Oh, we got to get
I learned
one.
about it during the story.
because you were all good. You met your reading goals for Book It, so you each get your own pizza. This is new, so this is sort of this idea that, you have the old stuff, the retro things to bring people in, to kind of get their attention, maybe bring back some of the old food items as well, but also sprinkle in a few new things, too. I apologize, I don't have a giant red checkered tablecloth.
All right, the crispy parm pizza. Oh, that looks good. Oh, man, we got to grab one of those. Crispy parm pan pizza. You can order it now. A little thick, but Parmesan all over it. That looks good. Steffush,
Pizza party tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, we got to go. We got to investigate this. This is going to be great.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
I was watching sports over the weekend, this last weekend. I enjoy sports. You know, that's the last thing you sort of have to watch live, where you don't want anyone to ruin it for you by laying a score on you. And over the weekend, especially if it's the finals, Stanley Cup, NBA finals, you really have to watch that live because so many people online are talking about it and sharing scores and sharing, who they bet on. And so it's really tough to avoid a score if you're in the finals, Stanley Cup, NBA, World Series, Super Bowl, especially the Super Bowl. You have to watch that live. You cannot avoid a score and who won the Super Bowl. You might be able to, maybe for a minute after the game is over, but it's going to be on every station. It's going to be, people will be talking about it, texting, websites, who won, who lost, all that stuff. So you got to watch that live. And I think that's why people do have parties and watch the Super Bowl live. One of the reasons is you have to watch it live. And that's why sports is so valuable to, ESPN or ABC, Disney. I think Disney still owns ESPN. Might be wrong. I don't know. But there are sports that are considered sports that conservative people watch and sports that liberal people watch. Does ABC own ESPN? And Disney owns ABC? Yeah, all right. And that's pretty valuable for those lads across the street over there at Disney.
Disney owns 80%.
Of ESPN?
Yeah.
Wow. Seems like a lot. Yeah. But, all right, here are, Crozier, you're pretty good with sports. There's 4 sports that are considered favorites or have more of a fan base for conservatives. Mm-hmm. And there is 1, 2, 3 for liberals. Let's see if you can nail these, okay? What sport do you think has a bigger conservative audience than a liberal audience? There's 4 of them.
Is it, I guess the qualifying question I do have is racing. Are there 2
that's
different
one of
ones?
them. Nope, that's
just
one.
Racing in general.
Just
okay.
NASCAR.
All right. Wrestling?
Nope.
No.
I'll give you
horse racing. Does that count?
Horse racing's not on here, but I think you're right with horse racing.
Hockey.
Hockey is exactly right. All right, you're 2 for 2.
Baseball.
Baseball's not on here on either liberal or conservative. I think it's right in between. I'll give you a hint for one of them. Ready? 4.
Oh, golf. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got that. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'll give you another hint. It's football, but it's played
rugby
at universities.
Rugby?
No, college football.
Oh, college football.
Yeah, so college football, the NHL, NASCAR, and golf are all have conservative fan base, and it's enormous in some of them. Like, for instance, college football has a 58% fan base of conservatives. 58%. So that's not bad. It's 42% liberal, 58% conservative. Then there's golf, which is 98% conservative. NASCAR, which I think this number is wrong.
Yeah.
187% conservative. Doesn't that seem wrong?
See, I was thinking that
Seems
they
high.
might have separated F1 and
Oh,
NASCAR.
maybe they do. Yeah, F1 is probably more liberal leaning.
You think so?
Yeah, I think a lot of
European,
wealthy liberals in Europe. And then the NHL, polling the Morning Consult highlights, National Hockey League has one of the most Republican-leaning fan bases among professional sports.
It's interesting. Canadian-based
isn't
sport.
isn't that wild? And Canada is much more left-leaning than the United States is. Okay, so the conservative sports are golf, NASCAR, NHL, and college football. Now, the ones that lean liberal, Bellio, you want to take a shot here at which ones you think, which sports you think are leaning liberal?
I got to think for a second.
Okay, all right.
Go to somebody else.
Okay, Steph Fouche.
Yeah, go to Fouche.
I don't know. All right. Steph Fouche, you want to take a shot at this?
Well, I guess I have to now.
I guess you do.
His head sunk when Sharon goes, go to somebody else.
There's 3 of them. There's 3 sports.
Okay. These are liberal ones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basketball?
Nope, not on here. Okay,
Really?
no.
Not on there.
No. I will say it's on here, but you got to clarify that.
NBA?
No.
College?
No.
WNBA.
That's right. WNBA. WNBA.
See, she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Well, you and I work good together.
And
Yeah.
okay, there's another one. It has to do. I don't know how to explain this. Okay, there is an ice connection to it, like hockey.
Figure skating?
Figure skating. Yes, that's right.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Really?
And then there's another one. It's Mark Thompson's favorite sport to go observe.
Oh, I know this one.
What is it?
Tennis.
That's right, tennis.
Oh.
So tennis. Wait a minute, that's not on here. That's on a different list. Sorry about that. That's not on the ice skating. I looked at the wrong list. So it's WNBA, tennis, and soccer. Those are the 3 left-leaning liberal sports. WNBA, soccer, and tennis. WNBA. Yeah, WNBA is mostly liberal or left-leaning. All right, very good.
So
Now
there's some of the sports weren't designated one or the other.
That's right. Yeah,
Okay.
the NBA and Major League Baseball, it's too close to call.
Yeah, interesting.
But the other ones, so conservative: golf, NASCAR, NHL, college football, and then for the liberal audience, WNBA, soccer, and tennis.
And NFL is considered down the middle as well.
Yeah, but soccer is the biggest sport in the world,
Right.
And that is liberal. So you got that one. Congratulations.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
How often do you change the sheets on your bed? Well, let's find out what the rule of thumb is. I would like to do it every day. We do it definitely once a week. And I notice if it's more than once a week. It just feels like...
Yeah, Tim is very good about it.
And I don't always do this, but I do like to shower before I go to bed. There's something nice about being clean before you go to bed.
I'm going to say something to you, and I'd forgotten about it until just this moment. And it's
You're not a vegan?
It's that when I come in on Tuesdays, I've noticed something about you.
All right.
You smell clean. No,
right?
you do. You smell like some soapy
great.
fragrance. What,
that's right.
What is that? Are you coming right out of the shower and coming here?
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's a consistent feature of who you are.
I appreciate that. Thank you,
No, it's
sir.
absolutely true. And I made a mental note today to ask you about it, and I'd forgotten it until you just mentioned the sheets and you try to shower before you go to bed.
Well,
how many showers then do you take every day?
I like to take a minimum of 2.
Okay.
But I also, we come in and we rehearse the show. We write. We talk to the writers, the producers. At 10 o'clock we have a Zoom call. That goes on till noon. Then I come in. I put the Bellio and I and Stefouche and Crozier. We all put the audio and the show together. And then I go home and I shower at 3:20.
I see.
And I leave at 3:40. And I'm here by 3:45. And I like to. I don't like to go out of the house unless I'm clean and shaven. I don't like to, once in a while I go to Home Depot with a T-shirt on, but I don't like doing that because Mark, contrary to what you might think, and this is a town of, movie stars and athletes and politicians and writers and stuff like that. But I like to have a nice shirt on and long pants on if somebody says, hey, ding dong with you. I don't like to look like a slob.
Yeah. You're representing your brand. That's what you're telling me.
Hey, Ron.
That's right. That's right. I went through a Cane's, that chicken place.
Sure.
And the lady said, what's your name when you drive through? I said, Tim. And she goes, and I forgot about it. I drive around. My daughter's with me. And I get to the window where I pick up the chicken. And she goes, Tim? I go, ding dong. And my daughter puts her head down and goes, oh my God. She goes, Dad, she just asked your name like 5 minutes ago and they wanted to get the order right. They don't recognize you at all. Yeah. I hit her with the ding dong.
That's very funny. Yeah. That's very funny.
I thought it was. All right. How often should you change your bed sheets? Let's get into this.
What about bed sheets?
Probably once every 2 weeks.
Oh,
that's
my
good.
God.
That's good. Yeah, that's
what
right.
a pig.
Once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks? God almighty. What are you, homeless?
Your pillowcases.
I try to change them at least once a week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You put your head on that thing, for God's sakes, every night.
Important questions because
during the day, your body's accumulating environmental pollutants, sweat.
Plus, your dead skin cells are all nutrients for bacteria and fungus, and they attract dust mites.
Oh my God. That sounds horrible.
When you dry something in the dryer, it's a lot of it that's caught in that vent is dead skin.
Oh God.
And you gotta be cleaner in life, I think.
Wow.
Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Han Lee says these microbes can break down your skin's natural barrier.
That might be a portal of entry for these types of bacteria.
At Makeup Designery in Burbank, artists change and clean towels and brushes after every single use.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, that's that's
not a.
You know what bothered me is the old, when you get your hair cut, the combs that come out of that blue solution.
Oh, sure.
Oh, my God. I thought, how many hair.
But I thought that blue solution's like a way to kill all the germs, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. But how often do they change the blue solution?
No, good point.
I don't know.
Oh, sanitization
is that covered in the story, too, in addition
so.
to the sheets?
I hope so.
Oh, sanitization is #1 in beauty.
While Dr. Lee says you don't have to be that strict, there are general rules. For bath towels, she recommends changing them after 2 to 3 uses.
Okay, 2 to 3 uses. I might go 4 to 5. I might go 5, maybe.
But if your bathroom is so humid your towels don't dry, get a new one.
Oh, who has a bathroom that's so humid the towels don't dry? We live in a desert. Are you kidding me?
It must be maybe this is a national story.
Maybe it is.
Florida or something.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's coming out of D.C. and the swamplands
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Maryland.
But if your bathroom is so humid your towels don't dry,
Then get a construction guy over there to work that out.
get a new one.
It could be a good environment for mold or bacteria to linger.
I have noticed that when I went to Florida to visit a friend, when you put your towel up on the shower at night, in the morning it's still wet, because it's so humid there. It doesn't dry. But here, they should dry pretty quickly.
I always prefer to never wipe myself off with a wet towel just because it's like that just doesn't feel sanitary.
Yeah, like 330 other million people in America. This guy just told us that he doesn't like to dry off with a wet towel.
To never wipe myself off with a wet towel just because it's like that just doesn't feel sanitary.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Right.
Nailed it.
Right. So you have to change it more if your towels don't dry.
Yeah.
Basically.
Wow.
What about your bed sheets?
The general recommendation is about every week, maybe even more often if it's on your the pillowcase.
That's a general rule, but she says it all depends if you get night sweats, sleep with a pet, or with someone else. You may.
I'm going to step up our sheet changing game, though.
Is that right?
As a result of this. Yeah, I'm going once a week now. I really am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, who changes them? Will you do that, or is that...
No, we have a lovely lady who does it.
comes in and does
special
that?
sheet changer.
Okay.
I mean, just like, when you pull into the pits and they do all the tires and stuff, you don't get out of the car and help them with the tires.
That's right.
They go in, they're special tire changing specialists. That's what I have for the sheets.
You know what bothers me is when I watch NASCAR, they put 20 gallons of gas in 4 seconds. And yet, we all sit at that pump for 10 minutes. They can't extend that service to us. We've got to sit there and wait and wait and wait and look around to see who's going to wipe you out.
That's pretty funny.
Shouldn't that technology has been around for 30 years?
Sure.
In NASCAR.
Yeah.
And they can't help us out at Arco or Shell?
Well, I'm sure they feel like, hey, you're actually getting into your car pretty quickly, believe it or not. I get it. It's not as quick as NASCAR, but it's pretty quick.
I want it quicker.
You may need to change your sheets more frequently.
Uh-oh. All right, here we go.
It's a lot of laundry.
To keep linens fresh, Dr. Lee says go to bed clean. And that means washing your face or showering every night.
There you
Bravo.
go. Ding dong with these showers.
And look for breathable materials.
Like natural cotton, linen, bamboo sheets tend to have a little bit of an antimicrobial property to it.
Wait, what kind of sheets?
Bamboo sheets.
Who has bamboo sheets?
I think that's a thing. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it served to me on Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
Isn't that hard or?
No, I mean, I guess it's made from
I see.
them, but they're not.
Dr. Lee says, when in doubt, change it out. Denise Tador, ABC 7, Eyewitness News.
It was local, wasn't it? Yeah.
Steckler used to say he bought these really cheap sheets. I think he said the thread count was 9. And it was like sleeping on tennis nets. So it's a funny reference.
This is KFI.
This has been The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. The Year is live. Join us on KFI AM 640, weeknights 6 to 10 p.m., Monday through Friday. Ding dong with this app.